Good evening and welcome to the 2016 State of the City Address. And I appreciate each of you taking the time out from your busy schedules to join us here tonight. Thank you so much to Danny and Michael from the Wave for hosting us here tonight, and to Khalid from the Mad Greek for providing such delicious food for us this evening. Tonight, I want to tell you a story. This is Whitehall's story, our story. Our story is one of growth and change in a deep-rooted, hardworking community. It's a story of an entire community working together to better lives. Whitehall's story unofficially began about 60 years ago, but next month we'll be celebrating 60 years of being an official city. It's no secret that in 1956, Whitehall and the world was extremely different. We communicated differently, we traveled differently, we were just extremely different. And in many ways, those were a simpler time. Those of you who were around Whitehall 60 years ago, you can attest to that. Now, since the start of my first term in 2012, my administration and I have been focused on how our city's story will develop for future generations of Whitehall citizens, residents, and stakeholders. And this is something that I'm extremely proud of. Tonight, I want to tell you about Whitehall's future and how this chapter of our story is about a place that's on the cusp of great things. It's a future where all Whitehall residents and those who work and travel through our community are happy, safe, and healthy, and financially secure. I'm proud of the progress that we're making in these areas, and I'm excited to talk to you about them this evening and about a few of the steps that we're taking in these areas of focus. To develop plans, policies, and priorities for the future, we need to better understand what our community wants. And that's why the city is embarking on a community-wide survey this year. We're working with Saperstein Associates, one of the best-known public opinion research firms in Columbus, because we really want to understand you. We will be working with all our departments to craft a survey to provide data that will help us guide during the next few years and allow us to keep on checking on our progress. This data enables us to know what your priorities are so that we can set aside the proper amount of funding for projects at the right time. So I'm asking this from each of you. If you receive a phone call for a survey, please take it. Don't hang up. Weigh in. We need your voice. You'll be seeing more information about this in the coming weeks, so keep your ears open. Understanding what you want has led us to create a splash pad at John Bishop Park. Now, our splash pad will be a gated water feature that will be fully staffed by our Parks Department, and we envision a vending area, play areas for both toddlers and older children, and shaded areas to relax. Within the next 2 weeks, we will be awarding the construction contract, and we will break ground shortly after to have it ready to enjoy this summer. We know having an amenity like this has been a priority of our community for quite some time, and I'm so excited to see the splash pad take place and take shape in the coming months.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now, last fall, I heard a lot about your priorities when I was out campaigning. And one of the things that I heard the most about was how much litter there is in our city. Well, your priorities are my priorities. And last night at City Council, Keep Whitehall Beautiful was officially chartered by the national organization Keep America Beautiful. And by being a chartered community, we are able to apply for hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of beautification and litter prevention grants, as well as receive supplies for cleanups and other programs. One of the things that I love the most about this organization, though, is the commitment to not only cleaning up litter, but changing behaviors about littering. It's one thing to pick up a piece of trash, but it's another thing to teach a person who threw it on the ground how his or her actions will impact our community. Education about taking pride in the appearance of our home and community starts at a very young age, and Keep America Beautiful provides some great curriculum and programming resources to our schools. We're excited right tonight to have our Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mark Trace, on our Keep Whitehall Beautiful's board, and we're going to explore the different opportunities available to us through this nationally known organization. Now, another way that we're going to tackle this litter problem in our community, we are going to hire 2 permanent part-time employees. And by the end of the month, these 2 employees will be hitting the streets to address litter in targeted areas. Having a litter-free community speaks volumes to those driving through our community, and we believe that these 2 staff members will add to our efforts on an ongoing basis. We're also working on a number of other projects to help beautify our community. And I'm sure you've probably noticed the new median on Main Street near our western border. This provides a fresh look for the community and helps visitors coming from the west know that they're coming into Whitehall. And in the next month or so, we will start construction on a similar feature along Hamilton Road near Whitehall Community Park. Now, this gateway and additional street repair on North Hamilton Road will also include refacing the current railroad underpass and a multi-use path connecting Community Park to Broad Street in order to enhance our walkability in our community. This will allow more people to be able to walk in a safe fashion to get to our parks. Data currently is driving most of the work in our public safety departments. 2 new positions have been created, and they were created last year to primarily capture and understand data. At the fire department, our new EMS coordinator is mining data from EMS runs to make sure that the Whitehall Division of Fire is always on the cutting edge with training and services provided to our community. That position is looking at the big picture and helping to develop quality assurance standards. At the police department, the creation of a data analyst position is helping us better understand where certain crimes occur most in our city, allowing us to use our resources more efficiently. Sometimes the business of everyday life gets in the way of looking at the overall story. The creation of these positions and the steps we're taking to mine our data are other ways that we can look forward to the future. And that's exactly what we're thinking about as we proceed on the path to purchasing the Commons at Royal Landing Complex at the corner of Broad and Hamilton. Now, some of you may know this development as Fairport Gardens. And yes, that's the way that I know it as well. As you're probably aware, the area around the complex has been a constant source of problems and resulted in almost 400 calls for police service just in the last 6 months alone. We have been focused on this area for some time. Last August, we tore down the former Shoemaker Place apartment building directly adjacent to that complex. It's clear, very clear, that this area is not a safe environment for our residents. and we're taking steps to improve the overall health of our community. We're working long and hard to make sure that this is the right thing and the best option for our community, and we're trying to do it in the best way possible. The purchase of this property is being done through tax increment financing funds and will have a zero impact on our general fund. City Council will vote on April the 5th to authorize me to officially enter into contract for this 17-acre property. The selection process of a developer to transform this complete intersection into a better and safer option for our community will begin soon after. Though nothing is finalized, what we're hoping for is mixed-use development, one that would feature a combination of commercial office space, retail, and quality housing that will attract the next generation of Whitehall residents. The kind of housing that speaks to young professionals and empty nesters, two demographics that today we don't have the capacity to attract. Late last month, Kroger took the first steps and announced preliminary plans to expand its current Broad Street location through relocation across the street to the west end of Town and Country at the former Big Bear site. Now, as we all know, the end of that shopping center is set empty for more than a decade. We're so excited that Kroger is committed to the Whitehall market and is exploring their expansion of their store there, and we think that redeveloping the entire western portion of Town and Country will make a visible impact for those who are driving east on Broad Street into our city. If completed, rest assured that we will work closely with the owner of the current Kroger site to identify new tenants for this area. And if you've driven north on Hamilton Road near Poth Road lately, you've likely seen the massive concrete walls going up for a 140,000 square foot industrial building at the former site of Oasis headquarters. This building, which is being constructed faster than I can even believe, I was gone for like a week and came back and just went, wow, those walls went up so fast. But this is going to be a home for a number of tenants, the first being Continental Auto Parts, an auto parts distributor. And on the other end of Poth by Yearling, construction is wrapping up for Creative Palette, the commercial art and interior decor company that announced its expansion into Whitehall early last year. These developments are just some of the most recent projects allowing us to gain economic development momentum both locally and nationally. And with those new jobs and new payroll, we can even become capable of accomplishing more of our goals and funding our citizens' priorities. We're really beginning to hit our stride as more and more startups and founders are establishing their businesses, and developers are looking to Whitehall to seize their opportunities. I'm very happy to announce to you tonight that we caught the eye of one of Central Ohio's best companies and industry leaders. Heartland Bank has chosen Whitehall as home for its new corporate headquarters. Heartland was founded more than a century ago and provides full-service commercial, small business, and consumer banking services, as well as other investment and financial products. In addition to moving their corporate headquarters with nearly 100 employees and a $5 million annual payroll, the Heartland team also plans to open its 15th branch here to serve our community as well as partner with the city on numerous projects. And more about that in a few minutes. Heartland Chairman and President and CEO Scott McComb has joined us here tonight. And he's going to say a few words about why Whitehall is the right choice for Heartland. Scott, if you please come forward.
Hello, Whitehall. I don't know you all now, but I guarantee you here in several months we will know one another. We are, just a little bit about Heartland Bank. We are a community bank founded in 1911. We've been based in Gahanna. The last time we had to build a corporate center, we built it in Gahanna, Ohio, right at the crossroads of Hamilton Road and 62. And my father built that before I joined the bank. I was an entrepreneur, but the bank was $150 million in total assets at that time. Today we are $730 million in total assets. We have our corporate offices spread across 5 different cities, and we're going to be consolidating all those in your wonderful community here. So thank you very much for the warm welcome. I'll just tell you a little brief story about how this all came about. I wanted to make sure that Whitehall had congruence in their leadership, and I've known Kim for a long time, and I wanted to support her in the last election, so we went to lunch and we were talking, and one thing led to another, and we started to work on a few other things that we'll talk about tonight, I think, regarding helping establish affordable housing and things of that nature. I don't want to take anybody's thunder, so I won't mention any more about that right now. But that conversation kind of led to what is going on in Whitehall and what are the projects happening and what's the health of the city and how good are the schools and all that. And we seek the way Heartland was kind of built is we seek out individual communities that have their own identity, they have their own school system, they have their own government, their own police force, their own fire department, and we try to come to that community and be that community's community bank. And that's been our motto and kind of our mantra for many years. We don't build a bank where there's a bunch of traffic, because traffic is not about, it doesn't form relationships. That forms transactions. We try to form relationships with the communities that we serve. So you'll find us trying to support and be involved in many of the things that are happening here. We are going to start a branch office as well as part of the corporate office. It'll be about 60,000 square feet. And so it's be much larger than we need, but we're really hoping that you'll help us grow into it. So with that, that's all really I wanted to say, except for I just want to really thank you for welcoming us into your community. The administration has been excellent to work with. You should be really proud of what you've built here, and really you've been really excited about what's coming, because you have a whole bunch of opportunity right at your doorstep, and I think you're all going to be very proud of yourselves this 60 years and of your administration and the folks that are working hard to make Whitehall a better place. So with that, also, I'd like to make a $1,000 donation to the Keep Whitehall Beautiful, if we could. Thank you very much.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Scott. We are so excited about this partnership. And I'd like for everyone to give a round of applause to Scott and his board and the entire Heartland team for choosing Whitehall as their home. Thank you. Now, Heartland's new headquarters will be located along North Hamilton Road at the site of the current Whitehall Community Parks Maintenance Complex. As called for in the Parks Master Plan adopted last year, the current facility, the maintenance facility, is moving to Country Club Road at John Bishop Park after the old armory is torn down later this year. Heartland's commitment continues the momentum that we've been building and is the first phase of a multi-phase plan to bring financial independence to our parks and recreation system while increasing usable public acreage for our parks. In addition to Heartland, the administration, with the support of City Council, has chosen not to renew the lease for the Four Seasons Golf Center, the golf dome located across from the Columbus Country Club on Broad Street, and that is adjacent to Whitehall Community Park. The city has owned this 37-acre property since the late 1990s and has leased the dome and driving range to the golf center. It's no longer financially responsible to continue leasing this property, as the city would actually lose money in the coming decades. Instead, a portion of this site will be transformed into a multi-phased office complex that we believe has the potential to bring 500 additional jobs to our city and generate $20 million in payroll, while at the same time allowing for Whitehall Community Park to grow by around 18 acres. In addition, I will be proposing that 100% of all income tax collected from these two sites be used to establish a Parks Improvement Endowment Fund to pay for necessary improvements for our parks. To ensure park goers see improvements in the parks sooner rather than later. As part of this improvement plan, we will take a bond in the amount of $1.3 million to do immediate improvements to Whitehall Community Park, as called for in the Park Master Plan. These improvements will include better accessibility to the building, additional walking trails, new shelters, and other similar projects. I'm confident that once fully phased, this endowment fund will generate over $500,000 annually to our parks. This plan is transformative for our community and especially for our park system. And I want to publicly thank Director Steve Carr for his and the Park Commission's support, cooperation, and hard work on this plan. Thank you so much. Bringing jobs to Whitehall allows us to write a positive story for future generations of Whitehall residents. The influx of new tax dollars is good for our schools, our public services like police, fire, and street maintenance, and with employers like Heartland, good for our park system. But we're not going to rest on our success. Over the past few months, our Community Affairs Coordinator and Development Director have been working hard on new ways to introduce Whitehall to business leaders who may not know our community. We've strengthened relationships with regional partners like Columbus 2020 and the Mid-Ohio Development Exchange. And now, I'd just like to show you a short video we've been working on to help market our community to businesses.
The City of Whitehall is a vibrant, innovative community and home to an ever-growing business sector, including many of the region's largest employers and two of the largest logistics operators. Whether you're starting, relocating, or expanding your business, your growth opportunity is here.
While we have a great population of hardworking residents, we also have a great population of exciting businesses who want to do new and creative things, and we're here to support that.
Your investment goes further in Whitehall, thanks to our low commercial tax rates and a diverse inventory of affordable facilities and development sites. In addition, because Whitehall has some of the most flexible incentive programs in the region, companies of all sizes can reduce costs and focus on growth.
We currently have 3 dealerships in Whitehall. We've recently moved our corporate offices out here as well. It's been a great fit for us. It's allowed us to grow. It shows just how committed we are to staying here. Whitehall's been an absolutely fantastic business partner. They've been integral in our success, and it's been a great location for us, for our customers to find us. Over the years, it's been phenomenal.
Whitehall's central location simplifies logistics and cuts costs. Businesses have immediate access to Central Ohio's world-class multimodal transportation networks. We're just minutes away from Port Columbus International Airport, Rickenbacker International Airport, multiple rail systems, 6 major highways and interstates, and downtown Columbus. The city is committed to investing in our community through innovative public-private partnerships that also extend beyond the commercial corridors. Programs like the My Home program, a partnership between the city and lending institutions that helps families with mortgages, and the Home Reinvestment program for current residents.
I don't know of any other community that has a program, like Whitehall does. We really wanted a fence, and we knew we needed a patio, and it just wasn't affordable without the program. So it really allowed us to make those dreams come true. It makes me feel like we chose the right community to invest in. This is where we're going to raise our family. This is where we're going to retire.
Whitehall works at the speed of business, not the speed of government. Businesses have a single point of contact within the Economic Development Department to ensure core needs and timelines are met. All of this makes it easier and faster to get projects off the ground in Whitehall.
What we have proven over the last number of years is that Whitehall's ability to build relationships has been our key to success. Listening to that customer, that client, and really being customer-centric, not how do they fit into our process, but how can we adapt our process to meet their timelines.
When it comes to doing business in Whitehall, opportunity is here. For more information, visit whitehallmeansbusiness.com or call 614-338-3103.
614-338-3103. Remember that. Now, nearly 14,000 people work in our city each and every day, and we've been working hard to make sure that our employers have the resources they need to succeed and grow. And last July, the city created a position in the Economic Development Department. And in just the last 6 months of 2015, the city's new Economic Development Specialist made 85 business retention and expansion, what we call BRE visits. This position and these BREs visits are designed to foster a stronger relationship between the city and our current employers and to connect our employers to each other and the resources that are available to them. Another result of these BRE visits has been data gathering. Once again, you're going to hear that word data. The Economic Development Department found that 87% of businesses visited reported that their business income was increasing or consistent. Additionally, nearly half of the businesses visited were in the process of hiring or adding new jobs. An estimated 50 jobs were created in 2015 just thanks to our existing business expansion. Our goal for 2016 is to conduct a total of 200 BRE visits by the end of the year. And here's another great number, 50. In 2015, the city was able to help 50 Whitehall homeowners with home projects through both the Home Reinvestment Program and our partnership with a local nonprofit, Rebuilding Together Central Ohio. Rebuilding Together came to Whitehall last May and worked with dozens of homeowners in our Country Club Village neighborhood. And we were so happy with the work that they did, and Rebuilding Together Central Ohio, they chose to come back to Whitehall this year. The first weekend of May, hundreds of volunteers will descend on the Norton Field area to help our residents there. If you're interested in being a volunteer on Team Whitehall, log on to the city's website for more information. And again, we've set aside $100,000 for a home reinvestment program to help our residents with home projects. Like in the past 2 years, this program will focus on exterior projects as a way to increase curb appeal and inspire others to take pride in their properties. We will be running the program this year through a lottery system. Applications will be available beginning Monday and will be accepted through June 1st. Check out our website for more information about this program as well. Now, just a little while ago, both I and Scott McComb mentioned how Heartland Bank planned to partner with the city on a number of projects. Through Heartland, we hope to bring new, committed homeowners into Whitehall. In 2012, we launched a down payment assistance program to help residents looking to purchase and live in homes here in Whitehall. The city invested $250,000 in that program, and we helped 72 families find new homes in Whitehall. And now we're proud to team up with Heartland to create a similar program called the Helping Hands Mortgage Program to help to make home ownership in Whitehall a reality for even more families. Heartland has designed a loan portfolio specifically for this program that features waived private mortgage insurance, a minimal down payment, and no origination fees. And Heartland plans to work with our local real estate agents to educate them on this program and then officially roll it out next month. Thank you. Now, we've created and supported some great programs like these to help our current homeowners and attract new homeowners. And this year, we want to extend that helping hand just a little further. For the first time ever, we are launching a grant program for our local Whitehall nonprofits to empower them as they continue to make a difference in our community. Organizations like the Whitehall Community Celebration Association, Kiwanis, and the Whitehall Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association are eligible to apply for these small project-based grants. Funding is limited and will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. The applications and guidelines will be available soon, and information will be sent out to leaders of these local organizations. In an effort to better connect our programs like this, as well as city events and important community notifications, we're also working on rolling out a bi-weekly e-newsletter. As you can tell from all the information that we've talked about tonight, we have a lot going on and we need to make sure that everyone knows about it. The newsletter will go out on Fridays and will keep you informed about all the city happenings, such as our upcoming Community Shred Day on Saturday, April 9th. And by the way, we'll be having 2 Shred Days this year. And our Community Health Expo that will be on Saturday, April 16th at Rosemore Middle School. To sign up to receive this newsletter, visit the city's website or log on to our Facebook page and click where it says sign up for emails. Of course, the information from these newsletters will also be on our Facebook page and Twitter, Nextdoor, and on our website, which we are in the process of redesigning. Our updated website will be more user-friendly, thank goodness, and more mobile home friendly, yay! And so look for that launch in early summer. In today's ever-connected world, we want to make sure that we keep on sharing our great stories with you in the right ways and also have a number of ways in which you feel comfortable in receiving those stories. Now, as you've heard and seen tonight, Whitehall has embarked on a pivotal chapter in our story. My administration is working hard each and every day to make sure that we keep on moving Whitehall forward and thinking about the future generations of our residents and employees. You know, we don't always know what's ahead for us, but we do know that we can always do the best job that we can to put ourselves in the best position to tackle what the future has in store for Whitehall. Thank you so much for allowing me to share with you tonight Whitehall's story. Thank you.